We are live. We are live. We are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Queens Get the Money. My name is Barry Grant Jr. I have a couple of people with me. Tom Greer.
What's going on?
Silent Assassin.
What's up?
I don't know if you guys know what's happening, but tomorrow is opening day.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
It's opening day.
It should be a national holiday.
National damn holiday. Kids should be out of school.
Yeah.
People should go to work half the day. If you got an 8-hour shift, you clock in for 3 and get the hell out of there and go to the game.
Yeah.
That's where it should be.
Yeah. Absolutely. You should get hot. And then all the people that want to stay, sure. If you don't care about sports, you can take your holiday pay. Go to work.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You take your time and a half. It's all right.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is, you want to work. It don't matter. But hey, it needs to be a holiday. Just like Super Bowl Monday. You know, Super Bowl Sunday, everybody's off normally, but Monday, that should be a holiday. Nobody should go to work.
Oh, well, I know this is a baseball show, but when we get that 18th game and the Super Bowl's the weekend of President's Day, you will get that holiday.
Nah, I'm sure it'll probably happen like that. And also, when the Mets do win the Super Bowl, the World Series, nobody's going to work.
Oh, no, I'm lucky
Like-
that will be, if and when that happens, I'm out of work for a week.
Everybody is going to be like, yeah, I got sick. Everybody's going to be in the Canyon of Heroes.
Oh.
Even your boss that you called and told him that you were sick, going to be down there too.
Oh yeah, no, I was at the 2 Giants parades when they won.
Yeah,
It was the greatest
fire.
thing. It was the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it would be like going to a Mets parade down the
Listen,
Canyon of Heroes.
I was down there and I wasn't even a Giants fan. I was like, this is fun. Man, is this what it feels like when the Jets possibly win a World Super Bowl? Oh, is this what's gonna happen? I don't know. I had to go down there and experience it. So I'm with it, man. I'm with it. I am absolutely with it. So before we kind of get into things, again, I'm excited. So we gotta play the music. Where's my music? Hey.
Queens get the money.
Opening day.
Queens get the money.
Carson Benge on the team.
Queens get the money.
I get that David Wright vibe. You know what I mean? I get that. What's my man's name? On the Dodgers. What's his name?
Oh,
Royal vibe. You know what I mean? Get
Definitely.
Love Lady out of here. Send in the Mars. I want Kimbrel up here. What's going on? We hype, man. I'm excited.
this is definitely a lot more hype than Edwin Diaz coming out of the bullpen of the Trumpets in LA.
Did you see how horrible that looked? Listen, I am over the Diaz thing, but
Yeah.
come on now, man. Y'all gotta give him some lights, something. What are we doing?
It's not going to be the same as when he was in Queens.
Give him. Well, you know how New York is. New York will make you better than what you are. Okay?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just what it is. We made Edwin Diaz be that cool. He wasn't cool like that before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We made him cool.
We did. He had to resurrect his career from the fucking ashes of the beginning of his Mets career, but we did make him cool.
Yeah. So, what are we getting into?
I think opening day.
What is first? Are we going to talk about the David Stearns presser? Is that what we're going to do?
It felt like a whole lot of nothing. I saw that they randomly scheduled a David Stearns and Peralta presser. I thought it was both of them together when I first saw it. And I was like, okay, cool. You guys are about to dunk on me with a deal coming. And I was absolutely wrong. That didn't happen, obviously. It was just a lot of hype up opening day kind of thing,
Right.
That was it.
Any takeaways for you, Silent Assassin?
I mean, not really. I watched more of Freddie's part to the presser.
Yeah.
And I guess just for me that they're obviously he still seems very excited and happy to be here. Like that never really left. Obviously both of them got asked about the extension, and they both were like, we're not gonna comment on this. I don't know if it's like Freddie kind of gave like a look, like his eyes kind of opened up, and then he was like looking, around like, I don't know, like I should be speaking about this, but
something's going on though.
Yeah, like if that's the case, like they both kind of gave like no comment like at all, even if they were asked like in season, after the season, what's going on with that. Just no comment. So you wonder like if potentially if we see him play for a couple months or a couple starts ever, how that plays out, then maybe that door kind of opens and the Mets give him what he wants, or more of maybe a 5-6 year than the 4 or 5 year deal is what the Mets were projected, and he wants a 7-8 year deal. So maybe it's more likely to be in the middle with that. So I mean, we'll see what happens, but it's better to hear no comment than a no, like a solid no. So
yeah, same thing. He said it. Stern said it. So I do believe that they will probably be working on this throughout the season. What I said in the chat. I think like if he has a good 3-month stretch where he's pitching really well, he's acclimated really well here, I can see an extension happening. You know what I mean? Because they want to get that done before free agency, because it makes sense to both parties want to make it happen. And the later you go on is the more money you're going to have to pay. So I think it would behoove the Mets to be able to try to get a deal done early than get a deal done late. That's all I'm saying. Because he got to be in the winning the Cy Young. Price goes up. You know what I mean? The price goes up.
I agree with you. And I think it was also kind of telling that he went out and he was basically saying that he's got family in the area. So I think he said he's got family in Flushing, Corona. I think it was another town. So maybe he is really comfortable here. But I think the other way, where it's like, if Freddie's pitching a good 3 months into the season and he starts entering that Cy Young conversation, why is he going to sign a deal now when he could cash out at the end of the year if he does win the Cy Young? Because like if he's on that trajectory, he's getting it. He's going to get his money.
I think the only reason why I say he would be open to that, just because he really wants to be here. And when you really want to be somewhere, you're not going to allow certain types of negotiations to get in the way of that, right? Like that's the biggest thing that happened with Pete, is that Pete kept telling us, oh yeah, I want to be a Met. I want to be a Met. I want to be a Met. But you go ahead and you go hire Scott Boras as your agent, which tells everybody it's about all the money that you can be able to get. You understand what I'm saying? So like you can't double talk like that. I don't get that vibe from Peralta. That's all I'm saying. It could happen like that. I just don't get that vibe from him. That's all I'm saying.
I have a hard time thinking that money's not going to talk in the end. You know, like I don't know. Maybe we figured out the Braves magic, where we figure out a way to just get guys to sign, because the Braves, it felt like they would just bring guys in, there's something in the water in Atlanta, and he'd figure out how to sign them to a long-term deal that's basically a steal for the Braves. Let's figure out how to do something like that. But when I see that to my knowledge, I think we checked before the season started, the 2 prime pitchers that are going to be free agents next year are Tariq Skubal and Freddie Peralta. Yeah. So if it's only those 2 and pitching's at a premium, like we see how important pitching is, I don't see where Freddie's not going to say, you know what? I do like it here, but I might get a big time offer. And even then, I'm playing for the richest owner in baseball. I could go out and get a big offer from somebody else and come back to the Mets and see if they want to match it.
It's a good point. It's a great point. I just hope that doesn't happen.
Me too. I agree. I agree.
Because my stance on what I feel about both of these guys. Give them both. Give me both of them.
Yeah, I don't give out long-term deals to pitchers, but I'm gonna give them out to 2 of them next year.
Now, and give me Tara Skubal in the offseason. Give me both of them. All right. So listen. Stearns, it was cute. Everybody is all happy and giddy. First day of school, opening day. We don't care about the press conference. If you wasn't extending Peralta, I don't give a damn what the hell you telling me. Because when you talked about Jared Young making the team, I was done with you. I was absolutely done with you. So that goes into our first slide here, because let's go ahead and go look at the actual opening day roster. And that to me is a little interesting. So can you guys read that?
Yeah, I got it pulled up on my other monitor anyway.
Yeah, so good. So which are the ones that stick out to you the most?
Richard Lovelady still being here kind of sticks out to me. I didn't think he would make the team, to be quite honest with you. But I mean, for the most part, everything else is exactly what I expected. As this obviously as the offseason went on, I mean as the spring training went on, I figured Benge would make it. I don't really see anything that I'm all that shocked about. This looked like the lineup that I expected, or the rotation I expected, the bullpen I could have imagined, and this looks like the team we were waiting for. You know,
it's like what Stern said. He was like he was comfortable with the in-house options. Yeah. So what are your thoughts about this, Nicole?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like obviously closing down on spring training, I feel like it was, a few people, but I feel like they weren't really of importance. Like, I mean, Carson Benge, obviously we knew that he was going to make the team. Everyone else, I felt like they were making the team regardless. Like there was no kind of questions about that. Lovelady is definitely the odd one out. Like it's like, why is he on this team? And I guess just over versatility because but I feel like we don't really necessarily need it at the moment. I think, as the season progresses and injuries potentially might happen, then Bruhan would have been that person there. But I feel like we're not really in that part of the season where that extra versatility is really needed. I know that Bichette and Lindor are the only ones that are really there for shortstop, but we'll see, because then we have obviously Ronnie down there in AAA that can cover that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lovelady, I don't know why he's existing in the Mets organization. So they got rid of him earlier in the spring training and then brought him back. So
listen, I already know what's happening here. Like they are prepping the ship. They are prepping the ship, and they are fitting him for his Mars outfit, because he's gonna be there soon. While they go ahead and tell Kimbrel, look, there's a spot for you here. Don't worry about it. We gonna give it to Lovelady, see how he works a little bit. If he struggles, as soon as he gets shelled, we gonna give you a call, and we are sending him packing. That's what's gonna. I see it happening. There's no way that Craig Kimbrel is gonna be like, I'm gonna stick around. Man, probably be a mentor to the guy. No way. He will be on this roster in 3 weeks when Lovelady is cut. That's what's gonna happen. And the one that got me hot, we was talking about earlier in the chat, and Tom was trying to get me off the cliff. I don't want no Jared Young here. Give me Bruhan. I don't understand why he not here, because the man plays 6 positions. That dude only plays the outfield, and he wasn't even good for us last year. Get him out of here. Okay, I don't want no throwaway spots on the 26 man. I don't want that.
Well, it's weird that he's listed on here as an infielder.
Who?
Yeah.
Jared Young. Do you see that?
Not.
He's listed under infielder. I was looking. I was like, I could have sworn I saw him playing right field last year. What are we talking? So somebody messed up the graphic, or he is a utility guy that can play all positions. Maybe
he is Mr. Super Utility. We'll see what happens. But I want Bruhan on his team.
I understand. Did Bruhan get straight up cut or DF? Yeah. Okay, so I mean, if nobody takes him, he'll wind up in the minors. But again, like, I'm not sweating Jared Young. If we're relying on Jared Young in big spots, we're in a lot of trouble. Like I said in our text chat, he's just going to be he's a name to fill out a lineup card, or he's a name to fill out a lineup card and maybe a pinch hitter at most. Like if Lindor, I don't know if they said it in the presser, but it looks like Bo Bichette's the backup shortstop. Lindor, he's playing 120. He's playing every game. Like where 100%. Lindor, he's going to play every single game. The only injury risk really I'm worried about is Polanco, because he's just like littered with injuries. But if he's not playing first, then it's Beatty.
Yeah. I think Beatty at the end of the season is going to end up being the everyday first baseman.
Totally. So like Jared Young for the most part will probably be he'll be similar to the Lovelady situation. If he doesn't cut it, he'll probably get DFA'd, and the Mets are just going to call up Ronnie.
Yeah. Yeah,
you know what I mean? But Ronnie needs the at-bats. Like, I don't want him sitting on the bench in Jared Young's spot. I would rather Jared Young be here and let Ronnie play in AAA. And if we need him, come on up. We'll friggin' cut Jared Young's ass. And they also have MJ out there, and they also have, what's his name? Pachi. Both of those guys. Yeah.
So it's, I think you have it right, Tom, in regards to they're just giving them the spot just because, hey, if you can do something impressive, then cool, you can stay. But if you struggle, then we have more depth behind you that we can be able to turn to.
Yeah,
and it's not really a big deal that we can be able to move on from a Jared Young. You know what I mean?
Agreed. And also, like I said, I'm not expecting a lot out of Richard Lovelady, but what we do know about relief pitchers in Major League Baseball is year to year, we have no idea. Outside of a handful, we have no idea how good or bad they're going to be. Richard Lovelady sucked last year.
Yeah.
Might figure it out this year. Relievers are like goalies in hockey. They're just weird. They're hot or
Right.
cold. You mess up their routine and they go ice cold. Year to year, I'm not necessarily worried about a reliever. If Richard Lovelady can come in and contribute in any way, that's great. If not, kick rocks. Somebody else will fill the spot. You know?
I agree. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next slide here. What do we have? Okay, so we got the Kim Krim. All right, so this one here. No, I don't want this one. This one is the one I want. This one is the one I want. Hold on here. Now, Carson Benge makes the team. We all know that. We knew that a couple of days ago. Love the video that they posted where Mendoza was telling him, he made the team, kid, and he was so excited. The thing that I love about Carson Benge is how level he is, right? He doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low. Like, that's a professional, right? So struggles are coming. You know that guys are not going to see the ball well all the time. And if you're already a young guy, 23 years old, and you have this level mindset already, then I know that this kid is through the struggles. He's going to figure it out. And just because he's a young guy and, again, struggles are natural for young guys when they come up, I can see him being able to withstand the entire season and play 145, 150 games and go through the ebbs and flows of the season. And that's what I want for him. I don't want them to keep jerking him in and out of the lineup. Let him stay and let him figure it out, because that's how you're going to make a young player great. And that's kind of one of the things that I hate about like pitching nowadays, is that as soon as guys get in trouble, they want to go ahead and pull the hook on them. They're shorter innings. You got to make guys like figure it out. And that's what makes pros. That's what makes guys be able to like push through adversity. And that's what I want to see. Let this kid play and let him play the entire season. If he gets hurt, that's something different. But I want him to go through the struggles. He has enough veteran leadership and veteran guidance here that he can be able to kind of like withstand the storm that's coming. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want to see from him.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the like hyped up Mets rookies we've seen the past few years like never really gotten a full chance to kind of see what they have. It's definitely been more of like a bench situation.
Yeah.
Until obviously finally Brett Beatty kind of had a little bit of a moment there, and he, progressed, and Mark Vientos had it in 2024 and he progressed, and obviously whatever happened with that. But I think, yeah, I'm definitely excited to kind of see Carson Benge just for how he performed in spring training. And he only really has 1 year of professional baseball experience. So to see him come up so quickly and how he's handled himself, like you said, just very, very professional without really even having a lot of professional experience. So when he's already speaking like that and carrying himself like that, just I feel like makes you more excited to see a player like that on your team, and a young player to kind of have that new, like, for me, like last year with like the youthful players, like definitely brought back a lot of excitement for the Mets fans, just to see like, okay, maybe these kids can save our season. And, even if it failed, but we still did have fun seeing, Jonah Tong up and, McLean up and Sprott up. So definitely really excited to see what he has and, watch his full season play out.
Absolutely.
I'm with you. I just I'm excited to see him play. I'm really curious to see how a guy that's sprung up through the system as quick as he did handles major league pitching. Like, I'm not putting it all on how he's going to look opening day against Paul Skeens, because like Paul Skeens is going to make a lot of guys look silly. But I do have to say, like, I'm curious to see how he's going to adjust to this pitching. But I will kind of agree with you that I want him to be able to go through the struggles. But if it gets to a point where he's clearly looking like he's overmatched and and being a little bit more of a detriment than he is a positive. I don't think there's anything wrong with sending him down. Conforto got sent down, came back fine. Alvarez got sent down, came back okay. We're gonna hopefully he breaks out a little more this year. But we have history of guys getting, coming up, getting a taste in the majors, getting sent down, and then figuring their stuff out and coming back up. So
Well, yeah.
I think that's what's good about Benge being so young, though. So
yeah. I think if they do it once, I'm okay with, right? But I'm just talking about constant, jerking him in and out. That doesn't do anything good for your confidence.
No.
You know what I mean? Like if he's going through a really, really bad stretch where he's batting 0.75, okay, you know what I mean? Like he may need to take a little break, but you make sure that the next time you call him back up or send, like he's here. Like you want to let him kind of work through it, because although he might struggle offensively, the one thing that you can always bank on with a kid like that is that he's a good defender, right? He has good instincts in the outfield. So you want to keep that type of defense up there, because your defense can be able to fuel your offense sometimes. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is with a lot of guys. A lot of guys, when they go bad, they're so offensive minded that their play in the field starts to struggle as well. So you want to make sure that, that's one thing that you kind of keep his confidence high with, because at the end of the day, he's a dog. Like between him and Nolan McLean, like these guys were two-way players. You know what I mean? Like they pitched at OK State, they hit at OK State. Like these are guys that are great players and they can figure it out. They do a myriad of things. I want those guys on my baseball team.
McLean was doing both in single A. I used to send videos to my brothers and my cousins of McLean hitting home runs and striking dudes out all in the same. Like, why do we need to go sign Ohtani? We have Ohtani at home.
Right.
But for Benge, I think what's also going to help him a lot is like there are a lot like Nicole, you mentioned before, like last year they called up Jonah Tong, Brandon Sproat, Nolan McLean, and it was almost like, here, young kids, save our season.
Right.
Benge is not coming here to save us. Benge is coming here to be a compliment to what Stearns has built. So like he's not coming up here with the pressure. He's batting ninth. Probably batting. Well, we don't have a lineup yet, but he's probably batting ninth. He's coming up here with like, dude, you're around a lot of really good players. Soak in as much as you can. Literally be Juan Soto's shadow. Go home, sign up for Duolingo, learn how to speak Spanish. You know what? In fact, we make a lot. The team makes a lot of money. We'll sign up for you, and be his shadow and learn everything you possibly can to be a better player. And I think it's only going to help him.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
No,
the Mets needed this. You needed some homegrown youth getting injected into this team because of the offseason that we just had. There's a lot of Mets fans that are still upset about a dude playing in Baltimore and another dude playing in Texas. A lot of Mets fans are still really upset about that. This is a chance to be like, we got rid of some faces. Here's a new face that we developed.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Listen, I used to sit Metropolitan box, 123.
That's nice.
Road 9 all the time, because I was looking at number 5. I may have to go ahead and go switch that to the right field side, because I want to see what's going on over there.
Number 3.
Yeah.
It's number 3 now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Benge is number 3.
Yeah. So I might have to switch.
It's a good seats too.
I have to see what's going on over there. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll find out what's going on. But I like this guy, Benge. I like him. The one that hurt my heart, though, I ain't gonna lie to you. This look, man. When I seen the news of this, first of all, when I seen the video of him limping, like my heart sunk to the ground. I said, no, because Mike talked to him. Tauchman is my guy. And the fact that I can't see him on the Mets, I don't like it. I don't like it. Torn meniscus, they say he's going to be out anywhere between 4 to 6, 6 to 8, with rehab as well. Is there any chance that he comes back to the team at any point this season, or is the Tauchman experiment done?
What do you think, Nicole?
I was going to say it really depends on the team. I feel like he's not really – I feel like a player that – I don't know, because I feel like he's been there where he's kind of fits into being like a role player and kind of fitting that well. Like he doesn't really need a lot of reps to kind of help a team.
Yeah.
And, in a way, whether it be, defensively, offensively, whatever it may be. So I guess it really matters, like if where this team is at when he does return. If it takes 8 months, I don't know if that's really the case. I feel like they might be better if the Mets kind of ride out with the players that they had during the season. If it's more closer to the 4 or 5 month range, then I mean we can definitely talk about him joining the team at some point. But just have to see, honestly, for me, how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, a torn meniscus, man, and I think that's the tough part, especially because he's going to end up playing. He'd end up playing the outfield. I don't even know. I don't even know if the Mets have even said if they even expect him back. But I don't know.
There's no timetable, but me knowing meniscus, they're like I said, 6 to 8, anywhere between that, depending on how fast you can heal. So.
Yeah, and he's not like he's not like the youngest player in the world, so you don't know if he'll be able to. You don't know if he'll actually be able to heal super quickly. I don't know. I mean, like I think this is one of those situations where, like, if he does get healthy, great. He probably won't opt out of the deal if they send him back down to the minor. If they send him down to the minors, because he's going to want some rehab. And if he shows that he can do something, sure, he could be a guy that comes off the bench. He could spell down the road your hatred for Jared Young. They could just cut him and bring Tauchman up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
and he can be one of those kind of like those trade deadline type acquisitions, right?
Oh, I don't want to hear that though. I don't want to hear that.
Adding a bat like that, because the thing is, Tauchman as a bench bat is a really good option to have on your team. Like he's an experienced guy. He has power, great instincts in the outfield, can be able to, like, he has a great on base. Those are guys that you want, that you can be able to rely on going into a pennant chase and deep into the play. That's what I'm saying. Like he's a good hand. He's done
it, and he's done it in 2 big markets. Like he did it in New York and he did it in Chicago. So the spotlights won't be too much for him. But torn meniscus, I'm anticipating that the Mike Tauchman experiment is probably done. Which sucks, but listen, again, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I said about Jared Young. If we're really relying on Mike Tauchman to produce for the Mets this year to win games, we're in a lot of trouble.
I was relying on Tauchman. Okay, I was relying on Tauchman.
Well, because if you're relying on Tauchman, that means Benge isn't figuring it out, because that's where he's playing.
It's very sad. Very sad day for me. Moving on.
It can't be said. It's opening day. Opening day's tomorrow.
Tauchman being hurt upsets me. Okay, it does. What else we got here? We got that. This here. Let's talk about it. Because Mr. Stearns talk about, we're going to rely on Sean Manaea a lot this season. He's going to make a lot of starts. He's going to make a lot of starts for us. And I'm like, okay, but you need to make sure that you got that velo up at least to 93 for me to trust you. You can't have no swings and misses with 89. That don't happen. It doesn't happen. So I don't know if he just wasn't, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here, because I think we were talking about this as well, guys, that maybe he wasn't throwing hard just because he wanted to just make sure that his command is there, his rhythm is there, he's feeling good, there's no setbacks in regards to the floating bodies in the elbow. Probably didn't want to push it too much. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt of that, right? Yeah. Is that when the season starts, now he feels he can be able to kind of like push it a little more and ramp it up a little more and get a little bit more velo on those pitches. So do you think that that's what it is? And now we have a very good hybrid option in the bullpen, just in case something happens, whether he's piggybacking, he's going to be able to long relief. He can be able to do a whole bunch of other stuff, spot start. Like this might be a jack of all trades type of position for Sean Manaea that he might excel in. What are your thoughts about that, Tom?
No, yeah, I'm totally with you. I didn't expect Sean Manaea to make the rotation after seeing how bad his spring was and how there's a lot of guys fighting for those spots. And Sean Manaea, just as much as I like him as a person and as a player, like He's one of those guys that, like, when he sucks, it's really frustrating watching him on the mound, but he's just such a good dude that you want to still root for him. You know what I mean? But he didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve to be in the rotation right now. We got too many guys that are like actually performing, and he looked good when it was him and Clay piggybacking off of each other last year. And if we're really committed to a 5-man rotation and you want to make sure that guys can, feel comfortable, if, Senga doesn't have it, throw Manaea out there. If Clay doesn't have it, throw Manaea out there. I think it's a good thing to have. And then guess what? If Manaea is pitching, because again, he gets moved to the bullpen, they announced this, the next day he's throwing 91, 90, 92 in a simulated game or a scrimmage that they were doing, inter-squad scrimmage they were doing. And it looks like he might have been pissed because he definitely wanted to be a starter. So if somebody slips up, if Peterson doesn't have it, if Senga doesn't have it, if Clay doesn't have it, guess who takes that spot? Joe Manaea, who's right here. So I think it's just a benefit to the Mets pitching, and especially since we need it. Pitching's at a premium. We absolutely need more pitching. So I'm with it.
Nicole?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, personally, I want to see Joe Manaea be successful just because Tia's our one of our captains from that playoff run.
That's your guy.
Guy's the man. I love Joe Manaea.
Yeah, so I feel like he definitely has something left in there. I don't think he's completely, washed out. If he's able to give us a few innings, I think he's be able to be, efficient in that. And I feel like it is a good thing for us because having that depth, like, we can say, like, we can go to a Sean Manaea, like, we're not going to a Richard Lovelady, like, type of player. Like, we still have a valuable, asset. He's still a competent pitcher. He does run into some innings where he's kind of shaky, but I feel like it's the longer he pitches, then obviously he runs into trouble. At least from last year, there were some definitely good innings, and he pitched good, like okay, I would say. So if we can get at least that or a little bit more, then I think out of the bullpen, I think we'll be fine with him. But I think definitely his little comments and then seeing him tick up the velocity definitely might have some little anger juice inside him. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, listen, I think it's a good option. And also, I'm going to go a little further that I believe that pitchers that are aging should actually start considering converting to the bullpen. Like, starting pitchers who are like, they might be losing some velo or they're just getting long in the tooth and people are just not looking for them to be starters anymore. Start to convert yourself into a bullpen guy because you can be able to extend your career so much better that way. And I think, I'm not saying that Sean Manaea is an old guy, but he is getting older. And this might not be a bad option that he can be able to lean on. Not only this year, but as the year is going on, you can become a full-time starter again. Yes. But if that's not in the cards, then you can still be able to be extremely effective for a team, being able to be a spot starter, being able to be a long reliever, being able to piggyback or whatever it is. I do think that this is a role that he can be able to excel in. So I'm hoping good things for him, but I'm just going to tell you right now, if he slips up or if I see a 8.9 ERA, pack your bag.
Back to Mars.
Pack your bags. All right. They're going to fit your suit and make sure that you got all the trimmings on your suit and you're going to Mars. All right.
I think that needs to be a segment. I think 100%. as the season 100%. Goes on, you need to have who you're sending to Mars.
Yes. Listen, I need you to get me a graphic for that.
I'll figure that out. Great. Yeah. I'll figure that one out.
Who's on their mission to Mars? That's what we're gonna call it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm in the moment. I'm having a really good idea. So I can make a graphic. This is a little behind the scenes, but I can make a graphic with a rocket on, and you can import like pictures and move them on the screen, right? So we'll just get a bunch of the heads of a bunch of different people, and while you're ranting, you just click and drag them onto the rocket.
That's a good one. I like that.
I will say though, the thing that you said about pitchers deciding to convert their careers into the bullpen.
Yeah.
Do you know why that pitchers wouldn't do that?
Money wise?
Yeah, there's gonna be some less zeros on the end of that check. That's why they're not gonna do it.
I know that. I'm just saying in regards to a guy that is, say I'm a pitcher that I've been a starting pitcher for 13 years, right? I am already at the tail end of my career, right? I'm talking about 35, 36. Might not be able to have a lot more years in regards to being a starting pitcher, but if I find a way to be able to convert that, yeah, I might not be getting the top dollar, but at least I can be able to extend my career
True.
in regards to being a lot more effective than having to like, okay, well, nobody wants me as a starter anymore. So that means that my career is done. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you can be able to
right.
kind of like extend your career. Not for guys who are 30 or whatever it is. No, but for guys who are later in their careers that can be able to really, they still have something to give. They can be able to be very, very useful in the bullpen. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
especially with where baseball's going now.
exactly. We got some comments here. It says it's sad for me because he was supposed to be at opening day tomorrow with us, but he won't be there. Listen, Bishop, I can't be there. Okay, I'm gonna be there on Saturday though. All right, make sure that you're on time. I don't want to be waiting for you and having to miss my ring day, because if I miss my rings, then I'm gonna have to go steal Silent Assassin's rings. So just make sure that you're on time, because I'm trying to be the first 15,000 in that place. All right, be on time, sir.
What are they giving? Oh, they're giving the 86 ring array, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Kim says, "Hey, crew." She says, "Yes." I don't know what she's saying. Yes,
the rocket. She was laughing at the rocket.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Mission to Mars is what we're calling it, Kim. Let's go ahead and talk about opening day now. This is what we are really, really talking about now. Give me, before we even go into the series and all our keys to victory and all of this, give me individually the feeling that you guys have every year on opening day. Like, what is the feeling? Is there a routine? Is there a certain vibe that you have? Like, what is it that makes opening day special for you individually? Silent Assassin, you go first.
For me, I feel like it just feels, the earth feels better. I feel like I can breathe better. I hear the birds singing, even if it's raining or snowing, whatever may be outside. It's definitely like a very exciting, it's like the first day of playoffs, and I feel like opening day is like the same vibe for me personally.
Yeah.
So it's just a very exciting day, and I can't believe, after almost 6 months that it's already back already, from seeing the Mets play. And for me, this is probably one of the most exciting opening days, just because of what the offseason went through and how great this team ended up being.
Yeah.
And coming up from last year, just kind of like, okay, like this is our chance to kind of throw all that away. We're a new team, we're new personalities, where everything is starting fresh, and let's get at it. This is officially David Stern's team, so I feel like now we're starting at this kind of new Mets reign, I guess, and seeing how it plays out. But yeah, opening day is always just a spring, like sunshine and tulips and birds singing for me. So definitely excited.
Tom?
This is one of, if not my favorite day opening day is my favorite day on the calendar. Baseball was the first sport that I ever actually got into. The Mets were the first team that I ever became a diehard fan of. I grew up playing baseball. At the second opening day comes, I think of all the baseball games that I've gone to with my dad and my brothers. I played all over. Center field was my favorite.
Okay.
I played center field. I played all over the outfield, and I pitched a little bit.
Nice.
But center field is my favorite, still is. But I think about all the games I went to as a kid with my dad, sitting there screaming at the TV with my dad. It literally every cliche baseball thought you could think I have all the time. And there is no place on this planet that I love being more than Citi Field. So like the second opening day comes, I'm thinking of all the games I'm going to try to get to, because I don't know, man. It's something. Baseball, like, I love football. I love hockey. Basketball's cool.
Yeah.
But there's just something different about baseball that just, I don't know. I don't know how to say it. It's just amazing when it comes back. I can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. My experience is that opening day is the only day that nobody can piss me off. Like you can catch me slipping on opening day because I'm smiling, I'm nice, I'm cool because it's beautiful outside, man. It's a new day and new hope, new season, new expectations, new emotions and passion. Because I'm gonna have a few rants. I'm gonna not watch the games for like a week because I'm pissed off. That's just the ebbs and flows of emotion that comes with a season. But opening day, it's like that first day of school, man, and you got the new pair of Jordans on. You be like, I want to crush it today. I want to make sure that when I step to school, they see I got these new J's on. That's what it feels like. That it's just the butterflies that you have, man. There's happy angst. You know what I mean? It's not like you're nervous. It's just more about like just happy and just hearing the birds chirping, like Nicole was saying, and it's just beautiful. It may not be a nice day in regards to like them playing, but just knowing that baseball is here, that the next 8 months or whatever the hell it is, it's gonna be great. You know what I mean? And that's just the way baseball is for me. Like, I love basketball. Football is okay for me, but baseball has always been the sport that's got me from day one. You know what I mean? And it will always be that. I'm gonna be going to a lot of games this year. You know what I mean? It's always been my place of peace, whether it was Shea Stadium, whether it's Citi Field. Whenever I go to that place, everything outside of that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty about opening day and being a Mets fan and just being excited for the season. So let's go ahead and discuss this Mets Pirates series. Listen, I'm chalking up opening day for a loss. I'm sorry. Like we can't have the Cy Young winner going against him and expect that we're going to get any more than 3 hits. You know what I mean? So we can be excited that baseball's back, but I want no parts of that bad man, Paul Skeens. I want no parts of him. No parts.
Man, I don't know. Look, it's opening day. I'm not ready to say that yet. I think the Mets have had too good of I understand Skeens is good.
The man throws 109.
I understand, but he's got to face Juan Soto.
That's true. But he still throws 109.
I agree.
So even if Soto gets one, that's one run.
Look, you just got to work your counts, make him throw a lot of pitches. He'll be out by the 5th or 6th, and then we can take on the Pirate bullpen. The Pirates did make themselves like a little bit better. They added a couple of good offensive players. Like, I don't think this is going to be the pushover Pirates that we've kind of been accustomed to. Like, I think they actually did what they would consider their best to put a semi-competent team around Paul Skeens. The Pirates remind me, actually, kind of, sort of the early Jacob deGrom years, where like you had Jake, who was the best pitcher in baseball, and then you fill it with a lineup with a couple of good players, and then everybody else is like insert player name here. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what the Pirates feel like to me. But they might contend a little bit, make stuff a little exciting, but I think the Mets got a shot. They got a lot of contact hitters. They got a lot of guys they have some guys that aren't going to strike out a lot. They might make Paul Skeens work a little bit. And, let's take it for day one. It's opening day, man. Dream big. Dream big.
Dream big.
And that includes beating Paul Skeens.
Don't be so negative on.
Don't be negative. I also want to say really quick before I don't want to bogart all this time from Nicole. I commend you. You said something when you were talking about your opening day, how when they're bad, you'll stop watching for a week. I can't do that. You're a glutton for punishment. I'm a glutton for punishment, man. If they're bad, I'm still going to sit down and be like, all right, hurt me again. Let's just do it.
Listen, Nicole will tell you the story after she talks about her opinions about the game. I want her to tell you the story about the 2024 season, because I don't know if you know it, but I'm going to let her tell it. So, Nicole, what are your thoughts about our chances for opening day against the mighty Paul Skeens?
Well, I was first to say, like, it's the Mets opening day at Citi Field for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
I feel like they're always, on the road for opening day. So I feel like that might be a little bit different. And the Mets just always win on opening day.
Hell yeah.
They're always winning. I know it's Paul Skeens, but his record last year said otherwise. He's definitely lost a bunch of games that he shouldn't have, getting the Jacob DeGrom treatment. So I think if we can just get one off of him, even if we don't get one off of him, I think that the Mets can handle the bullpen, and we take out a win. I also do think that the Pirates did definitely upgrade. I don't think they're a horrible team. I think they can definitely be competitive, especially I feel like they might be like a Marlins-esque team where they're just kind of winning games that they shouldn't and just kind of messing up other teams' chances.
Hang around.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's gonna be a really well pitched game, but I think if the Mets can just get a few runs early, then we got the game in the bag. So.
Who is the starter for Saturday for the Pirates?
Oh, for the Pirates, I could tell you. I don't know if it's 100% confirmed.
I know Peterson is going to be.
Then it is probably right.
Keller, right? Keller.
Let me see. Saturday, Mitch Keller. Yeah.
So it's Mitch Keller against Peterson, and then who's Sunday?
They haven't. I don't think they've announced Sunday yet. Oh no, yeah, they did. McLean versus. I'm not even gonna pretend like I can say that man's last name. Moldzinski.
Oh,
Moldzinski. Yeah, there we go. I got it. Something like that.
Okay.
Something like a guy I've never heard of before. So there you go. That could be a win. That could be a win. Never heard of that guy.
So I guess with the first series, what are we thinking? I'm not gonna be super. I'm not gonna go crazy and say that we sweep, but I say that we have a good chance to take 2 out of 3.
Yeah, hell yeah. 2 out of 3 easy.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 easy. Look, this Mets team, this is not the Mets from last year. This is a new Mets. The rotation looks really good.
Yep.
They're taking 2 out of 3 from the Pirates. The Pirates don't scare me. Outside of Paul Skeens, the Pirates don't scare me.
And also, too, for all you Pirates fans out there and the Pirates organization, shame on y'all for not having Andrew McCutchen come back to the franchise. The man is killing it down there in Texas. He battled like 450 down there in spring training, and he made the team. And watch him go ahead and go out there and hit 28 home runs for them when you should have had your franchise guy back with the Pirates. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Absolute shame, embarrassment. Nicole, go ahead and tell Tom the story because he needs to understand the how crazy I am when it comes to these Mets.
I'll try to remember as much as possible. It
was
just
not the full thing, but just when the playoffs started, what did I have you do?
I was the play-by-play announcer. He would not turn on the TV. I would just say like one word, and he'd be like, "What happened?" Because I'd just be exclamation points everywhere, and he'd be like, "What happened?" And be like, Vientos, another home run, whatever it may be, and he would just not. He was being so stubborn. Would not turn the TV.
A single game. I didn't watch. I listened to her. I didn't watch because I was like, all right, I already jinxed it. We're just gonna ride this out. I'm just gonna ride it out.
So I have a funny story that it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of similar. So back during the 2015 run, I can't remember if this had to have been during I believe it was the NLCS. So there was the NLCS against the Cubs.
Yeah.
We were watching it at my parents' house. It was me, my 2 brothers, one of my older cousins, and my mom, and my dad was away on business, and he was coming home that day. So we're a really superstitious family. Like when they win, same jersey the next game. We leave everything all in the same spot, like crazy superstitious. So the Mets have a lead against the Cubs, and my dad, his car, the Uber or whatever car dropped him off, pulls up, and he's walking up the sidewalk to get into the house. He gets to the porch in front of the house, and we run outside and like, dude, you can't come in here. Like they're scoring runs right now, and you haven't been in the house this whole time. And not only did he not get mad, he understood. He handed us his backpack, and he was like, just go get me a beer. And we got him a beer, and he watched the rest of the 2 or 3 innings from the deck because you could see through the window right at the TV. So he watched it right there.
That is a dedicated Mets fan. I need to meet your pops one day. That is great. That's great. That's a guy that understood the assignment. You know what I mean?
He got it. Yeah, he got it.
I respect that, man. That's good. So yeah, so we're going with Mets taking 2 out of 3. I agree with that. And Bishop says, "Nah, we getting the dub tomorrow. Let's go Mets." Listen, I am not going to be the Debbie Downer here. I am with everybody here. Let's get the dub. All right,
if they get the win tomorrow, break out the brooms.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I need Carson Benge to get a home run this weekend. If that happens, oh man.
Could you imagine imagine he pulls a Brett Beatty in his first at bat, it's a home run.
Start the train, start the bandwagon train, because if he does that, oh boy, I got a new favorite player on the Mets. It's gonna be Bench time. I gotta figure out a nickname for him. I ain't got one yet, but I'm gonna get one.
Yeah, he's got to earn that one.
Yeah, he definitely has to earn that one. But trust me, if he gets a home run, he'll get there. Let's see. Now we have our way too early 2026 Mets predictions. So we are going to go through how the record, what we think the Mets overall record is going to be. We'll go through team awards. So we'll use the Major League Awards, but we're going to apply it to the Mets team because we want to see exactly, who we think is going to have a good year, all that stuff. So I think it's going to be very fun. And then we'll do over-unders in regards to certain statistics that we feel that guys are going to be able to hit. So I guess we'll start with overall record. Tom, how many games you think the Mets will win this season?
90 wins.
You're going 90. Okay.
90 wins. I think that's a good round. I think that's a good round number. I feel comfortable saying 90 wins. I think this team is going to be significantly better than they were last year.
Yeah.
I have to say we made the biggest blunder last week, hyping the Braves up as much as we did. That offense might be okay, but they are going to have used car salesman pitching for them.
Listen, we wanted to respect them because they're the Braves.
Yeah, I did not want to respect them, but I just got hoodwinked and did not realize that half their rotation's dead. And Jerks and Profar is out for the year. So
yeah.
So I'm saying 90 wins. I feel like that's a safe round number. I can see them winning that one.
Zion Sass, what you got?
Yeah, I was thinking 93.
Let's go
around that range. So I feel like 90. I was thinking between 93 and 95. I feel like 95 might be pushing it. So I'm gonna stick with you.
So you're going 93. So does 93 win the division, or are we a wild card team?
I'm taking it all. I feel like I don't know.
We're taking it all. I want the whole thing.
Oh, it's a division. We are winning the division. The Nationals are gonna National. The Marlins are gonna Marlin. The Braves are dead, and the Phillies are running it back last year, and they weren't good enough last year. We upgraded.
I think it's going to be a 2-team race this year, honestly.
Us and the Phillies.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I am going lower than you guys, but I still think that they're going to be competitive. I am going 88 wins. 88 wins wins the division because the division is going to beat up on each other. Okay. And I believe that 88 wins is going to be good enough to win the division and get us that first round, get out of the wild card or whatever it is. But yeah, I do believe that 88 wins. So everybody's kind of in the same position, just because I believe that this team is going to be good. I believe that they're going to be able to withstand any long losing streaks that may be out there, just because they do have the potential stoppers in that pitching rotation. You got Nolan McLean. You got Senga if he's healthy. You got Peralta. You have those three guys that I believe that you're not going to go on long losing streaks because of the talent that you have there. So because of that, I do believe that 88 wins is a good number for the Mets. They can go higher than that. I hope they do. But I think 88 wins seals the division as well as gets them to the playoffs. So let's see what we got. Some comments here.
How many wins won the division last year?
How many? Yeah, look that up. Kim says, you talk about the 999 food.
We did last week.
We did last week, but we'll talk about it again. Listen, that box is a scam. All right. I'm talking about, I'm going to look at it. I thought that we were getting some like 12-ounce beers. You giving me 4-ounce beers? What am I doing with that? I am going to body that 999 box easy.
It looks like it's one 24-ounce beer that you fill all the cups up with.
That's exactly what they did. They
Yeah.
beer ponged it. That's what they did.
That's bullshit.
They took one or two cans and beer ponged it. That's all they did. So what? That's nothing. That's nothing. Kim, that is nothing. I'm going to get it and I'm going to destroy it.
Phillies had 96 wins last year, by the way.
And be very angry after I eat it. Like, yo, this is it? This is all it was?
Garbage.
And it's $60 I saw, so
Yeah.
$60?
Keep your $60.
Nah, yo, if it's $60, I might have to pass. That's crazy.
It is crazy. I'll just get a real hot dog and beer.
Facts.
Phillies had 96 wins, by the way, last year.
96 wins. Okay, so Phillies were really good last year, man. They were really good last year. But I think you guys got it spot on 90, 93. I'm going low side 88. It's gonna be somewhere in that range. So if it's a 7, if it's a 6 or 7 game difference, I do believe that we're gonna be in the ballpark there. Let's go ahead and go through the awards. Nicole, you wanna take point on this?
Yeah. I just want to go through. I just listed kind of the main ones and then the comeback player of the year. So we got the MVP, Cy Young, reliever of the year, and Gold Glove. I feel like necessarily doesn't have to be like who you think it's like. Juan Soto is, MVP every year for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could just kind of be
horse, like
yeah.
Okay. I'll go first in regards to team MVP. Team MVP, I am going to go with Brett Beatty.
So real quick, we are omitting Soto. We're going dark horses.
I think Soto is the easy way. You can go Soto
because I just like in the spirit of MVP. I mean, like it's either Juan Soto or Francisco
or
Lindor.
Right. Yeah. So let's go. Yeah. So let's take out Lindor and Soto out of the picture. I'm going Brett Beatty.
Man, taking those two out really is tough for me. I guess I just am gonna default to Bo because Bo's all that
big year.
All that dude does is hit. It's a contract year basically, unless he opts in, which would surprise the shit out of me. But I think it's gonna be Bo
because I think he may set a career high in RBIs this year.
No, we're gonna do bold predictions here. Bold MVPs. Nolan McLean. That's who I'm picking. Nolan McLean.
Okay, I like that one. What's next, Nicole?
Now
who'd you pick?
I went with I don't want to say necessarily Bo. I was going to go with Bichette too. I think he's just primed for like a huge year. Just having Soto and Lindor in front of him, I think he's going to have insane amount of RBIs and all that stuff.
I wouldn't put it past Bo Bichette if he clears 120 RBIs this year.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I think he's set for his best career year.
He may have one of those old school type of lines of like the old school baseball where guys hit 20 home runs and drive in 130. Like he may have one of those type of years because he's that type of player. You know what I mean? What's next?
You have Cy Young.
Cy Young. Yeah, I'm jumping out the window on this one. If we're talking team, give me my man Kodai Senga, right? Give my man Kodai Senga. I think Kodai Senga is going to shock the world. That man is throwing gas 99 miles an hour. The man looks good. He's smiling. The interpreter looks like he's having a good time because you know that Senga is not miserable. We going Senga all the way. Damn.
Wow, I am so goddamn surprised that you and I are going to have the opposite ones. I'm taking Freddie.
Okay.
Freddie was a finalist last year. He's in again right now until otherwise is in a contract year.
Yep.
That man's looking to get paid.
Yep.
Show that he's on. If he's not on the level of Scooble, he's a 1B to Scooble's 1A going into the offseason next year.
Yep.
Give me Freddie, but fuck yeah, I love that you just said Senga because I would have said Senga if you didn't. I thought you were going to say Freddie, so I was ready to say Senga, but give me Freddie.
I'm jumping out the window with my predictions. I'm jumping out the window because if I win these, it's going to be good.
That's crazy. Yeah, give me. Yeah, no, I love that.
Who you got to go?
Yeah, I'm going back. I was gonna right when you said Senga, I was like, you took my guy. But I think definitely he's again primed for just a big year. He wanted to stay on the Mets. He wanted to prove that he's still able to play for the New York Mets in on this team in this market. So I expect him to have a huge year. If he's healthy, he's a top pitcher in baseball.
Yeah.
So I feel like, Pete's gone, you don't got to worry about the whole, fielding situation. So I think he's going to definitely have a lot healthier year and definitely pitch a lot better. So he's my Cy Young winner.
Peter Bishop said, "Give me Alvarez for MVP." I like that. Alvarez for team
Facts.
MVP. That's not a bad one.
I should not have picked a pitcher for the team MVP, but I'm sticking with it.
You gotta stick with it. You gotta
sticking with it.
What's next, Nicole?
We have reliever of the year.
Reliever of the year. This one is interesting. I am going to go.
Oh, you're gonna hate mine. Oh, you're gonna hate mine.
I am going to go. Luke Weaver. Give me Luke Weaver. Give me Luke Weaver because I know exactly. Listen, I know I've seen the writing on the wall, people. Okay. I believe that Devin Williams is going to lose the closer spot. He's going to lose it. He's going to get shelled and they're going to strip him up the closer spot and going to say, Luke, you've been here before. You want it? I got it, coach. Give it to me. And Luke Weaver is going to take the ball and run with it. They're going to turn Devin Williams into the 8th inning guy. And Luke Weaver is going to be the guy on his team in regards to the bullpen. Shut down Luke Weaver because people got to remember, a couple of years ago, the man was the closer when the Yankees got to the World Series. That's all I'm saying. So I got Luke Weaver. People keep laughing at him. I'm not laughing at Luke Weaver. He's going to be my guy.
I genuinely feel like I'm in Bizarro world right now. I did not expect you to 1 pick Kodai Senga for a Cy Young, a Mets Cy Young, or 2 pick Luke Weaver for reliever of the year.
But you hear my rationale.
I know. Your rationale was the exact rationale I was going to use because I was going to say Luke Weaver. I was like, that's why I said you're going to hate mine.
You're right here, buddy.
I thought you were going to hate that idea, but no. So if you take Luke Weaver, I do think that's a solid pick because I could absolutely see us going into the 9th inning listening to Dreamweaver.
Mm-hmm.
I made that joke a couple weeks ago, but if you're going to go Luke Weaver, I'll just go Devin Williams. I think that he started to figure it out at the end of the year last year. I know everybody's dumping on him, couldn't handle New York, really hasn't been the same since Pete basically ended his Brewers career. I totally hear all that. Could I envision a world where Luke Weaver ends up being our closer, like you said? 100%. I could 100%, like I said, see us listening to Dreamweaver in the 9th. But I'm going to hold out hope that Devin Williams captures what he got at the end of his career with the Yankees last year and parlay it into a good season in Queens. Because like I said, relievers year to year. You know what I mean?
Yes. And also too, his numbers were very, very confusing. Regardless, if you look at his numbers, the bold numbers just don't tell the story of his season. You know what I mean? Like you really had to really watch and see how it was broken down in regards to certain quadrants of the season. So that's not a bad pick. What you got, Nicole?
I put Tobias Myers.
Hell yeah, that's a good one.
Hell yeah.
For me, like when I saw that he was an addition to the Freddie Peralta, I'm like, oh, like that's a really, really good asset to have. He does have, starting pitcher ability, but I think just in the bullpen, if you could just sit there and just kind of be consistent, I think, that really changes the bullpen.
Yeah.
The bullpen was always, I feel like, the weaker point for me personally on the team.
Yep.
So to have someone like that, and then hopefully, obviously Luke Weaver and Devin Williams, could play really, really, really well here, like we obviously hope for. I think, this bullpen could be a really, really good, high point, really flip that for me personally of this team and be like one of the best in baseball.
Yeah.
Really, for me, Tobias Myers, I think he's really has some good stuff and he has a really good personality. He really wants to, he's like a dog, like we were talking about, McLean and Benge. He has like kind of like the same mentality for me of what I've seen. So he's my pick for
playoff tested too.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
What's next?
We got Gold Glove.
Gold Glove. All right. I'm jumping out the window again. Now, here's a good statistic. right? But I'll say the name first, and then I'll go into my reasoning. Juan Pacheco Soto. And here's why. 2024, man plays left field. 2022, plays left field. Do you know what happened in those 2 years when he played left field? He was a Gold Glove finalist in those 2 years. Juan Soto gets a Gold Glove in Queens in left field. Give me Juan Soto.
I can't believe he ever moved to right field if that's the case. I don't understand why anybody would ever do that.
I think he did it just to be a good teammate because Nimmo was over there.
Okay. Well, he played right in Yankee. Well, he didn't have a lot of ground to cover, but he played right in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I want to go Luis Robert Jr. I don't know if he's going to play enough games. I want to go Marcus Semien. I don't know if he's going to play enough games.
Well, Semien never really has injury issues like that. No,
I guess. I guess
it's more Robert than anything.
Because I want to say, I mean, again, if we're omitting the obvious ones, I want to say Lindor because Lindor is just an absolute. Am I allowed to say Lindor for this one?
Yeah,
Are we omitting Lindor? Because I'm going to say Lindor. If I'm not saying Lindor, I'm saying Francisco Alvarez because I think he's a really good catcher, and assuming he doesn't get hurt, I can see that. But I'm Francisco Lindor, man. I mean, that dude is an absolute wizard at shortstop.
Especially because I think he got snubbed last year too, just because I think he had a really good year. He had some errors, but I think all in all, he was a good. He was a top 5 shortstop in all.
He's a vibe. Lindor is very much a vibes guy, and the vibes were really bad last year. So this year, I think is going to be significantly better. You heard in Freddie's press conference that he said since he's been here, it's all been smiles and excitement for the year. So I'm going to say Lindor, give me that Gold Glove.
What about you, Nicole?
Yeah, I had a toss up between two. But since you said like you would possibly, do Alvarez, I'm gonna go my other pick. I'm gonna go with Brett Beatty. So I think
I think I like that one.
But new positions, but I think from where he was defensively at third base and kind of definitely switched it up really, last year and definitely got a lot better.
Yeah.
I think, he's really, competing to stay here. And just because he had obviously a good year last year doesn't mean that he's going to stay here this year. Like, you never know what can happen. So I feel like he's going to be really, really good in the field this year with, right field, first base, wherever they kind of put him at. I think he's going to take that, really, really work hard on that and the Gold Glove.
I like it.
Could you imagine a world where Polanco doesn't take to first base? They have to DH him. So they put Brett Beatty at first base, and in his first year, he wins a first baseman's Gold Glove. Could you imagine?
That's very possible.
We let Pete go, who couldn't dream of a Gold Glove, and we just give it to Brett Beatty, and he just gets one in his first year.
And that's the thing, right? Like he never has to hit 30 home runs for me at first base. Just give me 20 plus. Just give me 70 plus and have a good on base and just play good defense. I'm good with that.
Works for me. As long as it's winning. As long
as we're winning. That's all. What's next?
Have one more is comeback player of the year.
Comeback player of the year. I already got mine. Comeback player of the year is going to be AJ Minter. I think AJ Minter is going to have a very good comeback year. Listen, the man hasn't played baseball in damn near 2.5 years. So there has to be some type of upside. And because the vibe is as high in Queens, we're going to get him back to where he was on the Braves. And if he's not, then we're going to get him fitted with his nice suit. We're going to get all the trimmings and send him where he needs to go. But I think AJ Minter has a chance to be comeback player of the year for the team.
I'm taking Kodai. I think Senga literally been battling injuries since he got here from Japan. Yep. I think this is going to be the year that they already committed to the 5-man rotation, so evidently they think he's ready for that typical American baseball rest time.
Yep.
And it's put up or shut up for Senga this year, so I think he's going to take to it, and he will be my comeback player of the year.
I like it.
Mine has always been from day one since he's got here is Marcus Semien. I think has potential to kind of might be crazy to kind of maybe get back to those. I'm not saying MVP, but kind of levels. Like definitely, he's able to get there, with home runs, like the power, and he's great at second base. Being here and being, a leader that people can go to. I know him and Bo Bichette kind of have a good bond from when they were played in Toronto together. Just like a great person overall. So I think he's really going to mesh well with this team, and that's definitely going to help him because I know there was allegations that him and Corey Seager just did not get along in Texas. So him being here, a new start, for him, I think he's going to kind of pop off this year and kind of get back to the normal, Marcus Semien type of numbers.
Plus, there's no pressure on him either, too, right? Like they just want him to play good defense, and if the offense comes, I can definitely see him being able to bounce back better than he did last year in regards to hitting 18, 19, 20 home runs. I can see that happening for him. So, we'll see what happens. But I like all these picks. Very, very good team. Over under. Let's go ahead and do it. So I am going to spit out some names, and I'm going to give a over-under scenario, and you guys tell me what you think. Okay?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Brett Beatty, over-under 20 home runs.
I think that's about where he's going to be. I'll say over. I think he's going to get play time. I think we're going to see a lot of Brett Beatty this year, and I will say over 20. It'd be like 21 though, like 21, 22.
I'm going to say just over with 21.
Okay, so you guys are going over. I am taking the under. Doesn't mean that he has a bad year. I just think that he does a lot less in regards to trying to get the home runs, and maybe he tries to go opposite field and tries to spread the ball around a lot more this season because he doesn't necessarily have to pull the ball and try to get it in the air. I think he does a little bit more to be able to just be a more well-rounded hitter. So I'm going under, but that doesn't mean that translates to a bad season. Jorge Polanco, over under 7 errors at first base.
Under 7. I don't know if he's going to have the opportunity to get that many.
I feel like if that's the case, then I feel like they're just going to permanent DH him and just have kind of Brett Beatty slide in. That might be rough, pushing 7. We'll see. I mean, if it's the whole season, okay, maybe, but like if it's consistently, like, I don't know. But I feel like in general, I feel like he should just be permanent DH. So.
Okay. Sticking with Jorge Polanco, over under 24 home runs.
I'm going under.
Yeah, I'll say under because I think he's going to be around the same area that Beatty was. I'd say like 20, 22, maybe. Yeah, I'll say under.
Okay, I'm going under as well.
I realized that I overshot it a little bit on Beatty. I feel like under might have been the smarter move.
You said 21. That's not too bad.
I guess so.
18 last year.
It's fair.
Yeah, it's right there. And 18 on an offense that was technically ranked top 5, but we'll see what happens. Mark Vientos, over under 100 games played.
Oh.
That's a tough one.
Man. I'm just gonna say under. I don't know where he's playing outside. Well, so I could see him DHing. I'm gonna say under. I'll say under.
Go under, okay.
I'll go over, but not by much again.
Okay, so you're going over games. But slight.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna give Mark Vientos I probably should have said over, but because I think they're gonna give him opportunities. Mendy really likes him.
Okay, well, we'll see. I think I'm going under as well. Nicole, you want to keep tallies of this so we can be able to go back to it? Let's see.
What do we got?
You can keep it you can start it from here, and we'll watch it back. Francisco Lindor has been very, very consistent over the last few seasons. 30 home runs, anywhere between 70, 80 RBIs. Over under 30 home runs for Frankie Lindor this season?
Over. I think we're getting a big year out of Lindor. I think we're gonna get a huge bounce back. Not that he had a bad year last year, but I think that the Mets themselves as a team are going to be significantly better this year, and I think Lindor is going to feed off of that. And I'm expecting a big season out of Lindor, so I'm saying over 30.
Nicole, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like at this point now he's consistently a 30-30 player until proven otherwise that he can't do it. So I'm going with over as well.
Okay, I am taking the under. I think that Lindor taps out anywhere between 24 to 26 home runs just because I just don't think he feels he has to do a lot this season because there is a little bit more depth on this team if healthy. So he feels that he doesn't necessarily have to do as much. So I do believe that the home runs drop. The average probably goes up a little bit. Stolen bases stay consistent. And he just has a better, well-rounded season instead of having the struggles that he had, especially on the road last year, right? He can be able to kind of focus on just being a very, very disciplined hitter just because of the talent that he does have behind him. Let's see. Moving on. Luis Robert, however you want to say it. Over under 130 games played this season.
How many games did he?
I think he barely had 100 last year.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna say under just because until you prove me otherwise, I'm gonna say under. I'm hoping that the energy of Queens is gonna keep this man healthy a little bit because he's out of he's out of the White Sox. But no, I think I'm gonna say under.
Nicole.
Yeah, I agree until proven otherwise. Under.
I am gonna be the odd man here. I'm gonna go the over. I think that Luis Robert, he's going to give me 135, 135 this season. That's what he's going to give me. Here's the other one in regards to this. Over under 25 home runs. Because it ties in, obviously.
If I'm saying under on the games, I'm probably going to have to say under on the homers.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm probably going to say under.
What about you, Nicole?
I agree, but slightly. I think he hits at least 20. So
okay. I'm going over. Okay. My man is going to hit 28, 29 home runs. He's going to feel it. Okay. Well,
I forgot. Is he a free agent at the end of the year? No, right?
No, he has one more year.
He
has one more year. So we're basically in team control. I think it's a team option, I believe, too.
Okay.
It's a club option. I believe that the man is going to have a hot June, July. And boy, Citi Field is going to be rocking. Okay. He's going to hit about 10 home runs between those 2 months. My man is hitting 27 home runs for the season. I'm going over. Luis Robert is going to be one of my favorite Mets this year. All right. He has a little hot dog in him, and I like that. I was a big
need a little swag.
Yeah, I love players like that. You know what I mean? Love players like that. So let's see here. Carson Benge, over under 20 stolen bases.
Are the Mets going to run as much as they did last year because they don't have that first base coach that they had that was helping them with the run game? You said 20?
Yeah.
Over, but not by much, like 21, 22 stolen bases.
Okay. How about you, Nicole?
Yeah, I think that they should play to his abilities, and he's quick and he can steal bases. Why not? Why shouldn't he be stealing bases? So I'm going over on that.
We are all chalk here. I believe and I agree that he will get over 20 stolen bases this year. Juan Soto. Here is the big one. We all understand that he's one of the greatest hitters of our generation. The stolen bases were impressive last year. We said that he might be a Gold Glover this year. He's hunting for the MVP. We understand all that. But we are going to talk about something that we haven't talked about in regards to Juan Soto. Over under 300 this season.
Batting average. Man does take a lot of walks. I'll say I'll say under. I think he's gonna be at around 300, but like 280, 289, 290. I think that's
Okay.
probably where he'll sit.
Yeah, I'm going under as well. It's not an easy thing to do unless you are God himself, Aaron Judge, to have power like that, average and all around.
Yeah, if
you
you're
know,
not Shohei or Judge, it's very tough.
yeah. So I'm going under, but not not by much. So.
All right. I am disagreeing with both of you. I am going over. I think that Juan Soto puts it together and has a tremendous season, not only with power, but average, stolen bases, OPS. The man is going to have a generational season. He hits over 300 this year and proves that he is no doubt the most valuable player in 2026. Let's go ahead and see Nolan McLean. How many innings will he pitch this season? Over, under 180 innings for Nolan McLean. This is a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
Because here's the really caveat: tough. He did over all of the minor league teams that he played through the systems, 112 innings.
Then I'm going to say under. I don't know if I don't know. I think once we get closer to the end of the year, depending on how he's doing, unless he's like crazy dominant, then maybe they won't have any restrictions on him.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say under because I think that they're going to be careful. I think that's when you see that Manaea is going to the bullpen. I think that they're going to use that to maybe save a couple of arms because they realized that everybody got so fatigued at the end of the year last year.
Right.
So I'm going to say under.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. If he can just get 5 innings, a game, I think I'm cool with that. I don't think there's necessarily need to push him any further. And then since we do have the depth in the bullpen that we can go to, obviously if he's killing it in a game, let him go however long he can. But I don't think we need to rely on him. We have such other good pieces in the rotation that, we can get 5, even 6 innings and then kind of go to the bullpen. That point, yeah.
Fair. I think we're all in lockstep here. I think that he has the ability to go over 180. I don't think that the Mets want him to go 180.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest thing. So we are all in agreement here. Bo Bichette, over under 100 RBIs.
I'm going to say over. I think he's going to have a lot of guys on base. I think that so he's going to have plenty of opportunities to drive guys in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to kill it this year on that.
I agree. I think like we were talking about earlier, I would not be shocked if Bo Bichette drives on 120 this year. It wouldn't shock me at all. Wouldn't shock me at all. Just because he is a runners in scoring position elite hitter and understands the concept of being able to just take what the pitcher's giving you, right? Take what the defense is giving you and go that way. That he is a very disciplined hitter, and disciplined hitters always know how to be able to drive in runs, and he's an expert at it. So definitely agree with you guys there. Let's see. Clay Holmes, over, under 10 wins.
Over. Give me the over. I think this is going to be the year that Clay, he had a full year as a starter, full off season preparing as to be a starter after already doing it. So give me over 10. Let's get crazy.
Yeah, for me, I'm expecting at least 10. So, I think over for me. Just, I feel like how, because what do you get last year?
He was over 10 last year.
Over 10, yeah. I think he's going to be even better as he already has a year under his belt as being a starting pitcher.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, I think he'll be around that, I guess, 12, 13 again, so.
Okay, yeah, I'm in lockstep with you guys. I believe that he definitely does get over 10. He is primed for a big year. I mean, you look at his season last year, obviously you got to look at the splits. You got to look at the first half through the second half. ERA was 3.5. If he can do that again with having a more balanced season, you sign up with that 10 times out of 10. So, if he can be able to get over 10 wins, I think that he's primed to do so. Here's an interesting one. Francisco Alvarez, over, under 120 games.
How many did he play last year? I actually want to look at that one.
Yeah, I'm interested too.
Why does it not say it on plate appearances? Why do you not say it here, Baseball Savant?
Hold on, I got you.
I figured it would say that.
I'll tell you right now. 76 games.
76 games.
The most he's ever played in his career is 123.
And what did you say?
I said 100.
Oh, I'm gonna say over. I think this year we're getting a healthy Alvy. Again, it might not be by much. Maybe he plays to that most games he's ever played thing.
Yeah.
But again, it's Alvarez is in a similar position as Kodai, where it's like, okay, we heard all about how good you are.
Yeah.
Now it's time to put it all together. I've seen the power. I've seen the defense. Can you give me the health? And
Right.
I think we'll get it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he had a career high OPS last year. So we'll see if he can be able to put it together. If he can be able to stay healthy and give you 120 games, 125 games catching, you're looking at a guy that has potential 25 to 30 plus home run power, right? So that's what the stats look like. So I am going over because I'm optimistic that Alvy is going to be able to bounce back and have a strong season. So I'm going over. Let's see here.
Nicole didn't pick.
Oh yes, Nicole.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with over as well. I think I'm betting on a good season and a healthy season. So he is our starting catcher. I think obviously Terrence is a really good backup.
Yeah.
So, but I think this is Alvarez's position. So.
All right. Freddie Peralta. I don't know if this is an over-under, but maybe it's a yes or no. Maybe I don't know if we can do an over-under. Over or yes or no, Freddie Peralta finishes top 3 in Cy Young.
Yeah. I could totally agree with that. I don't I got to go back and I got to look at the pitchers in the National League, to be quite honest with you, because nobody's really jumping out at me as somebody that I think is going to necessarily be contending before the season starts outside of Paul Skeens. So yeah, I think Freddie will be in the conversation. I think he'll be right there.
Go.
I think it's top 5. I know top 3 might be pushing it. Because I think obviously Paul Skeens, and then for me, I really had high hopes on McLean kind of finishing a 1-2 with Skeens. So saying the Mets are going to have a 2 and a 3 Cy Young, I feel like that's a little bit asking a lot. So I'm going to go with a top 5 for now. But I don't doubt that you could do it, but I'm just going to go with top 5.
She's playing it safe. Not bad.
Well, it's smart. If you think McLean's winning it or getting close, then she's right. You're not the Mets. What are the odds the Mets are going to have 2 guys in that conversation?
It's possible.
It is.
But I like the fact she's playing it safe. I will agree. I don't think top 3. I think top 5 is more plausible. So I will say no because the question was top 3. Let's see who else we got here. Okay. David Peterson. Over, under a 4 ERA.
Under. I think they're gonna. I think he's gonna give us some length. I think that they're gonna realize that Peterson got gassed a little bit at the end of the year, and when they have to, they're gonna yank him.
Okay, because you do have guys behind him. Tobias Myers, you have Sean Manaea, so you might not be able. You might not have to rely on him going.
David Peterson was the ace last year for a while.
It's crazy to say that.
He was good before it all fell apart in like August. It was good.
What's crazy is the fact that I'm going to the game on Saturday, and of all pitchers to pitch on my day, it has to be the guy that I'm
making you watch him.
Yeah, it's just like you're gonna watch him. I'm hoping for the best for this season, but I am going over. I'm going over because he was a 4.2 last year. I can see him being anywhere between a 4.3 and a 4.4 this year. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's having a bad season. I just believe that it's just he's just one of those guys that can give you good innings and then have a explosive inning, and that'd be the end of his game, right? So
yeah,
I just believe that that's the type of pitcher he is. It's in a walk year. I don't think that a 4.4 is going to kill his market, but at the same time, I just believe that that's where he is. So I'm going over.
I feel like he's gonna have a more consistent year. I don't think we're gonna get the all-star David Peterson, but I don't think we're gonna get the awful David Peterson. I think he's
somewhere
gonna be in the middle. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go like under probably like a 3.6, 3.7.
3.6. What?
3.6. I can see that. If he's consistent in those, because before the All-Star break, what was he pitching to? I don't know if we could
He was low threes.
that. Yeah, so it's somewhere in the middle, higher threes, mid to high threes. I think will be solid for him.
Not bad.
Lowest he ever was 290.
That was 23? 24. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's been down, but he's been there before.
He was pretty good, man. He was pretty good.
He was pretty good he was pretty good last year. Outside of like a month and a half, he was pretty good.
He was. He was. I'm not even gonna knock him there. Okay, last one. Over under Mets hit more home runs this year than he did last year.
I'm gonna say over, because again, big year. We're getting a big year out of Soto, I believe. We're getting a big year out of Lindor, I believe, and I think the home runs are gonna get spread out a little bit rather than it just be like Pete's gonna hit a bunch of them, and then everybody else is gonna fill in the rest. I think it's gonna be spread out a little bit. I think you're gonna see some power numbers from all over the lineup.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the fact that we had our top 4 guys, it was top heavy in regards to home runs last year, and then everything else was just like, wow.
Everybody's got pop.
Yeah, everybody does have pop. So I would say I am taking the over, but not by much.
No,
just more. It might be around the same, but just more spread out. Obviously, what do you think, Nicole?
Yeah, I agree. Over, just because all around is a better power team. Overall. And I think also too, like the hitting coach, just watching the spring training games, like the Mets are cashing in runs relatively quickly and just getting there. I think this hitting coach has definitely been beneficial so far to this team.
Yeah.
Thank God we don't have Chavez anymore. So I have high hopes for this team offensively, and especially in the power rankings as being a top team. So I'm going over.
All right, here's the last one, and you guys are gonna love this one. Over under. Barry has 2 rants this season. 2 epic rants.
Oh, way over. Way over. I am so anticipating more than just 2. Come on now. I might expect 2 within the first month.
You give me there's no confidence here, friend. There's just nothing. Just nothing. I can keep it calm. Okay. What
you just told me before that in 2024 you had Nicole doing play-by-play for you because you couldn't even watch the games.
I'm crazy. I am. I admit it. Now listen, Nicole, you're my friend. Okay, both of you guys, my friend, but don't you betray me here. Okay, what is your answer? Over under 2 rants this year.
I'm just being honest. I think you have at least a rant for the Lakers every other week. So I'm taking that way over for the Mets. You're just passionate. You're passionate about your teams, and you got to let it all. So I think you're gonna blow past that too.
I have to purge. That's what I call it. I have to purge these feelings, because if I don't, it's gonna fester. All right, I don't need it to fester and ruin the vibe that we have on Queens Get the Money. I need to get it out. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see. I may try to hold it in and try to be a lot more reserved this season. We'll see.
No, don't do that. Let it all out. Let it all out so we could all talk you down. Look, I'll probably have some rants, but you didn't answer. How do you think? You think it's over under 2 rants? Honestly, your honest opinion.
All right. I had 2 rants last year with the Mets. The whole season was only 2.
All right. Okay.
So that's not bad.
No, that's great, actually. That's great.
Because I waited. I made sure that I waited. I was like, I'm going to see how this plays out. I'm not going to panic. And then I was like, all right, it's looking bad. Let me go ahead and go. So I was very meticulous and very methodical with my planning. I will say, to be fair, and I got to be fair, over. I'm definitely taking it over.
Okay.
Taking over. Because something's gonna bother me, and then I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I got something to say. I have to just get this out before we even start the show. I may just start the show off with a rant and go from there. I don't know. It depends on what happens. If Vientos is in the lineup way too much, I may just lose it within the first few weeks. Who knows? I don't know.
Jared Young's still on the team. Jared Young's still on the team in May.
Yeah, what the hell is happening? What is happening?
Yeah, we got 4. You got Jared Young, you got Vientos, you got Manaea, you got Peterson. That's 4 right there.
Those 4 right there. Guaranteed a rant somewhere there. Any final words, people? Because this was a good show, good preview. We are excited for opening day. I know we're going to be texting back and forth all day tomorrow just because we're super excited about what's going on. But any final thoughts about tomorrow or just in general about the season? Cole?
Yeah, obviously definitely excited there to hear the birds chirping. Ready for tomorrow. Unfortunately, I won't get to watch it live like on my TV. I'll have to check it out on my phone. I'll be filming something during the time, but I'm definitely excited. For me, like my grief last season was definitely heartbreaking.
She took it hard. She took last season very hard. She was
I'm right there with you.
It was so fun. She was like, you know what? I just don't care anymore. I just don't care. That's how you know.
Yeah. yeah. I definitely went through it. Yeah. So again, it's a new start. I'm very, very excited for this team. Since day 1 of spring training, watching them all come in and just a different vibe.
Yeah.
So I expect a lot out of this team. I expect a lot of fun out of this team and, just win baseball games. That's all you have to do. No pressure, no nothing. Just go out there and win. Have fun. So
absolutely. Tom?
Yeah, I agree. It's happy opening day to everybody and their families. If you're watching this now or if you're watching it tomorrow before the game starts, I am so excited that we are finally going to get to talk about real life baseball and not spring training stuff. I am really excited to see where this show is going to go throughout the season and beyond, because look, being a Mets fan is hard. It's a lot of roller coaster rides. We don't have a lot of stuff that we've ever really had to look forward to. We don't have a lot of amazing moments. Hopefully this season is about to bring us some really good ones. So shows like this and moments and times like this are a good time to just let it all out. It's like a therapy session. So I'm excited to see where this season's going to go. I'm excited to see how this show is going to go. And I've been waiting since the end of last season, since I flushed what was one of the most painful seasons I've watched in my life. Since I flushed it, I've been waiting for today because I'm right there with you. As brutal as last year was, just like coming off of a magical 2024 run, to have to watch that for 162 games was really hard. But I like to remember that while that was historic, I feel like we have seen worse, and I don't think we're getting that this year. I think we're getting good vibes, good baseball, and a very good time. And thankfully, we're starting a Mets show to talk about all of that.
Absolutely. I second and third all of those things that you guys said. For me, it's just excitement, man. Just happiness. It's a fresh start. It's back to zero, right? Like that's always the good feeling of there's a chance, right? Like, when it's 0-0, there's a chance. And it doesn't matter how bad your team may look to start the season. how you start the season is not always how you finish it, right? So that's the beauty about baseball, is that the ebbs and flows, the stories, the unsung heroes, the, just the surprises, everything that happens within a baseball season is what makes this game so special. And that's what I'm looking forward to, especially with this show, talking to you guys, being able to break this down and really kind of hone in on, what we think is going to be key things that's going to be able to be the success or the bridge or the X factor for the team. Like, that is what I'm going to be really, really looking forward to be able to break this stuff down, talk to my two passionate homies about the Mets, and be it Queens all the time, be it Citi Field, cursing out these people that buy the 999 boxes because it's just like, this is a scam, $60. Well, what am I paying for? This is 2 beers here, and you went ahead and just literally just spliced it around. That's not good. They do that. They do that in Philly. Don't do that in Queens. Don't do that. Like, give us something else. Give us something else. I don't want the same thing that you give the Phillies over here. Do something else. All right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not spending.
I'm with you.
On that.
No way.
Not doing it. I say that now, and then Saturday I'll take a picture of it. Like, okay, so
look, we did it. I did it for the Instagram. I did it for the gram.
Right, did it for the gram. I am such a fraud sometimes. But that is all for this show. Thank you guys for whoever's in here watching Queens Get the Money. We will be back. I'm going to talk to my team about something because I'm interested to know, because I know Silent Assassin is, her schedule is really tight. But she'll be here every Wednesday. But me and Tom might be available to do some post games.
Yeah, I can.
So we might see how we do about that. If we can be able to do a couple of post games a week, we'll figure it out. And if Silent Assassin can join us, that'd be great as well. But we'll figure it out. So if we can be able to do that, that'd be great. Just because we want to give all the listeners more content out there, be able to give on the spot reactions about post game stuff and all that stuff. So we'll see how that breaks down. But we'll definitely be here every Wednesday. So until next week, stay safe, stay cool. Peace. Go Mets.